Namaste to you all. My love and blessings. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. यथाग्निर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम् नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे. We'll have the Sharda Kavacham. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. अथ श्री शारदा कवचम् पारमार्थस्य प्राप्त्यर्थं देहमर्पितमस्तु मे ज्ञानवैराग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं भिक्षां याचे च शारदे. ॐ सर्वशक्त्यात्मिकायै श्री शारदा देव्यै नमः. ॐ पुनातु नः शारदा देवी पुनातु परमेश्वरी चरणं पवित्रं विततं पुराणय्येन पूतस्तरति दुष्कृतानि तेन पवित्रेण शुद्धेन पूता अतिपाप्मानमरातिन्तरेम. शरीरं कृणुहि यज्ञशमलन्नो भयं कृणुहि विश्वतः. शारदा पुरस्ताच्छारदा पश्चात्ताच्छारदोत्तरात्ताच्छारदा धरात्ताच्छारदा नः सुवतु सर्वदा अतिगं शारदानो रासतां सारोग्यदीर्घमायुः. सर्वतो देवि त्वन्नः पाहि पाहि समं तात. यतः सर्वमिदं जातं येन सर्वमिदं ततं. यदेकमव्यक्तमनन्तरूपं विश्वं पुराणं तमसः परस्तात्. यज्जन्तोर्निहितं गुहायां तद्दर्शयाभयं प्रदेहि. ॐ तत्सत्स्वरूपिण्यै च विद्महे शारदा देव्यै च धीमहि तन्नश्चिन्मयी प्रचोदयात्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. This actually we are chanting for the suffering mankind who have been there, lot of people. We don't understand actually the impact and the weightage of corona. One of the Swami's sister here in the ashrama, Swamiji is here, sister was in Bangalore, she has got COVID positive. The moment they came to know it was positive, she was taken. She is in a place where a hall like a small place, it's some Kalyan Mandapam or something like that, a hall. In that 6 patients are there. Nobody comes to check or do anything because It is in thousands, here, there, they have to accommodate. Government also is finding very difficult to manage. In thousands it is growing. Now morning they will bring 4 tablets and keep 1 bucket of upma, 1 glass of milk and go away. And that they have to take 4 tablets 4 times a day, and then nobody can come and see, nobody can meet. Interior 1 kilometer away from the public that can come. And night they will be given 1 glass of milk and 1 plantain. They have to stay there. Nobody can do anything. What a state you see. Their friends, relatives, their own children, mothers, fathers, nobody can, you can see them. And one patient, one of our devotees, ashrama devotees, that one devotee passed away, his wife, he is in advanced ages, and body was not to be seen. They suddenly came to know that COVID and went away, and from there it was taken directly to cremation. Nobody could notice, nobody could do any formalities. So that's why this Kavacham, Sharda Devi's Kavacham, we are trying to do. In the ashrama every morning we do, and Vishnu Sahasranama and Lalita Sahasranama in the afternoon. Evening the Kavacha from the Durga Saptashati. So heartily pray that all those suffering people may get the strength to bear. See, a spiritual aspirant finds it great joy to live alone. If he is put into quarantine or somewhere, he doesn't bother. He will go and sit. He start his japa, dhyana. His companion is within him. It is not so with the world. They have got rooted in the world. They will be as if the roots are cut out, that they cannot survive. So you must understand their suffering, what kind of psychological states they pass through till they recover. I think 14 days it usually takes to recover also. Anyway, then next week we will be having Guru Purnima. So this class here, it won't be there in the prayer hall because it is not a public function anymore. So that will be displayed, I think. They say something I don't understand. I cannot get the words. They will project something. So you will get that over the internet. Just like we are now here. You'll be, but I may not be able to see you and meet you like this. So, see, this is the condition, and we will be, this class won't be there next week. It is Guru Purnima, and you must know about little about the Guru Purnima. It is actually in our Hindu culture, everything, whatever a person gets the knowledge, Vidya. Vidya means, that is in Hinduism, Vidya is destruction of avidya, avidya nasha. The basic ultimate avidya is, I am body, I am Atman. Every day nature makes me separate from the bodily existence. When I am asleep, I am not at all aware of the body. Every day nature takes me away from you, because body needs rest. Body cannot work all the time. Mind also needs rest. So mind also cannot continuously work. So putting them into sleep, she takes us to the depths of our being to be one with the Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. Individual consciousness merges in the cosmic consciousness. It is He who is projecting through the body. And when it comes to the bodily level, again that ego appears, I and mine. So this avidya, ultimate avidya is that I am the body and mind. These things are mine. Everything belongs to God. I also belong to God. This vision. So whatever vidya we are earning or gaining, even at the gross physical level, external knowledge, secular knowledge also, all this knowledge, what we find is ultimately leading to the perfection. We are little by little, we are as if tools are getting tuned, our tools are getting sharpened. Our intellect, our body, everything has to be tuned to the divine to reach the ultimate goal of human life. So I am going to a teacher. The teacher is called in Sanskrit Acharya or Upadhyaya, the Guru. So these whatever education or knowledge I am going to get, it is going to help ultimately to realize God. It is not so in the Western concepts. So sitting under the feet of Guru and getting the knowledge becomes essential in our system, because in and through the secular knowledge, he is going to train us, the Guru, in the Guru Parampara, to achieve the four ends of life, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The moksha is the most important, and Dharma, Artha, Kama are there only to fulfill the moksha. So any kind of vidya, wherever it is taken, it has to come in the parampara of Guru. So Guru Shishya Parampara, from the not even secular, as a last time we saw the mother Madalasa and her father, the husband, Madalasa's husband, giving the training to the children, how they are bringing up. Everything, ultimately, he must reach the God. So this Vidya Parampara is, we are grateful to our Guru Parampara. In whatever way we have been brought up in our culture, our cultural education, from the first day of birth, the mother takes the responsibility of bringing up the child. How she has to go on projecting the whole world before that child. This is the world, my child. This is where you have come. Clear understanding from the various sources the child starts getting. And in Guru Purnima day, we worship all the Gurus that we have come across, and those who have passed through from ages, ancient time onwards, how many Gurus came, how many people were saved, how many people realized and went off. For all those people, we have selected this Guru Purnima on the 7th July, usually. It is Purnima. So this is Ashad Purnima. This is especially because it is Vyasa's birthday. Vyasa is one who has given us the treasure, unimaginable treasure. The 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas, the 4 Vedas are divided and systematically organized. All this, whatever Hinduism has got as a scripture today, is what he has given. Valmiki's Ramayana alone is there, supporting other things. If you remaining, all other remaining things are not Shruti, Smriti. And this one also is a great treasure. As we saw a small example from the Markandeya Purana, Madalasa's life. You can imagine the wealth he has given, and his Hinduism is standing on him as if. So, his birthday is taken as a Guru Purnima. On this Guru Purnima, almost all sannyasis throughout India, whatever sampradaya he may belong to, he takes the vow of Chaturmasya. The 4 months of the rainy season, they spend silently in contemplation. It is 1/3 of the year, 4 months, 12 months in a year, and these 4 months exclusively they spend in the company of God and other holy people. A few sadhus join together on the banks of Narmada here or there, some village they select for the Chaturmasya. The other times, 8 months they will be going on with Bhiksha. Here, there they can walk. Rainy season they cannot go because the whole thing is in such condition, the water, everywhere water will be polluted. Within 15 days they will fall sick and there is nobody to look after them. Same corona state they will have. So from the ancient times, rainy season, they will sit since they will go on discussing their experiences, spiritual experiences, how they experienced, what they did in the last year, that is the other months they spent during the wandering, what are the experience they underwent, anything special, usually pertaining to the spiritual field, not about the what bhikshas they got, how the people treated and all those things are not brought into picture. Their personal life and personal things are omitted. Pure spiritual discussions, taking some scriptures, explaining it in a special way. Each has his own experiences to support it. All this way they spend the days, 4 months in a year. And Kartik Purnima, that is the Utthana Dwadashi day, they get up. Many sadhus nowadays, 1 month, 1.5 months, for as a formality they sit, but usually it is 4 months because the rainy season continues and the infectious atmosphere everywhere, not a drop proper good water to drink. So they have to support themselves somewhere. Some villagers will take care, giving some food every day and all that. It's a beautiful life. Sannyasis, so many people we all join somewhere and spend these days. This is a vow, and they sincerely dedicate their life for the cause, and then the householders also come during that time, knowing that the sannyasi is sitting for Chaturmasya. They will ask questions, the discussions will be there. That happens on the Guru Purnima day. They will sit and 4 months they spend. They will dedicate, they will be contemplating on the whole Hinduism from the ancient time, how it is flowing down just because of the Guru Shishya Parampara. That's the only thing. Today we are having, whatever we are having in Hinduism, what has come to us through the Guru Shishya Parampara. Literature, printing, writing and all came much later. Before that, everything Vedic, from Vedic times, from generation to generation by mouth. He will listen, Shruti, hearing. From Shruti it was carried down. So that whole thing, they will offer their gratitude sitting in one place for all those who are responsible for today's Hinduism that we are having. We are able to live, many are able to realize God. We are able to go in a moral structure at least, if not realization of God. To be human, if not divine, not going to the animal level. God has protected us in all these things, and whoever is responsible for that, they offer their, this is main Guru Purnima. Their own Guru, they will worship, they will observe certain tapas. In Hinduism, Vidyarjana, that is, getting Vidya, is considered as a tapas. That's why it is observed under the Guru. If it is just internet information I want, I don't need a Guru. How a computer works, how can I design a computer, I can get that. But I must get life. So Vidyarjana, in Vidya, a Vidyarthi is a tapasvi. Under whose direction he will do the tapas. So during Vidya period, there must be personal Guru and Shishya. The Guru and Shishya become like mother and child. Guru will be fully protecting the disciple to walk in the proper path that he has to go. Okay, this is Guru Purnima, which we are going to have next week, and because of that we will not have class like this. They will broadcast the same thing now. Then that's all. We will enter our subject. Last time we did the Madalasa, 2 classes we took regarding Madalasa. It's excellent. I think the text has been sent to you, this story. You can just go through once, it is worth. And if I get time, I'm shortage of time, I can, the spiritual essence, the teaching of Dattatreya in that, I could not give, and the teaching of Madalasa. It is a voluminous part, but it has to be, we have to sit, study, and we have to milk, like milking the cow, and take out the butter and give you. So it takes time. I could not get time. But anyway, some other way I will make you eat the butter. So now coming to this continuation of the cultural this one, we were contemplating on the creative principle. Now I want to tell you about the time concept in Hinduism. When we will again go back a little few steps, the Paranada becomes Bindu with motherhood and love. It becomes Bindu, and after from Bindu, in Bindu, the Chaitanya and Chit-Shakti are together. The Chit-Shakti is going to be the material cause of the universe, and the Chaitanya is going to be the another cause. That is not the instrumental cause, but the efficient cause. In making anything, creating, there is efficient cause, then instrumental cause, and material cause. Now I want to make a pot, earthen pot, then the mud, that clay I am going to use is the material cause. The one potter who is going to make the pot is the efficient cause. Efficient cause doesn't come into pot. Only material cause alone will remain. The instrumental cause is what he is going to use, the wheel and the stick and all that. The stick and wheel also doesn't appear in the pot. Pot only clay, material, this one alone will be. But behind that doing, these 3 causes will be. Here, the instrumental cause as well as the material cause is Divine Mother. She herself is getting mutated into the world. And this Chaitanya, which is going to give the strength to exist and to get converted, get mutated into the world, the Chaitanya, the universal consciousness, that is going to be the efficient cause, the one who is doer, as if. But it doesn't reflect into the universe. It is hidden and pervading the universe in every aspect and making the nature work. So in this context, we will see that from Bindu, Aparanada begins. In the Bindu, while coming the Chaitanya and Chit-Shakti, they will have awareness. The Chit-Shakti will have awareness of the 3 gunas, which is going to become the Sattva Rajatama See, the sattva is cognition principle. I see, understand, cognition, movement, rajas, and material, tamas. These three, the Shakti is getting converted into the threefold. And coming in the Chaitanya, there will be three similar qualities. Omniscience, I know everything, he knows everything. In behind him is the Ananta Sachidananda, and in front of it he is going to, the universe is going to present itself. Even after the universe presents, he is knowing every bit of each one of us. What are we? What were we? What are we going to be? Everything he knows. So this omniscience, omnipotence, he can do and undo anything in the universe and beyond. So omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. I will be there everywhere in the universe, every point I will be pervading. So this awareness will be there in the Chaitanya. The three Prakritis projections, the impetus is going to be there in the Prakriti. And this from here, Bindu onwards, the Aparanada begins. Now first what comes into existence is a space. But this space is not material space. Non-material space. From in this space, the Trigunas are going to expand and grow. It is something like the shell of an egg. First the shell is going to form and then the egg grows within. So this space, around the universe, there is the trans-relative existence. The universe is relative existence. The beyond is the absolute existence. In the absolute existence, there is relative existence. Between the relative and absolute, there is trans-relative existence. This trans-relative existence is what first forms. The trans-relative existence first forms. This is a stable thing because it is supported by Chaitanya, and in this the Sattva Rajatama is going to grow. It is not a product of Prakriti. You see how beautiful. The presence of Prakriti and Chaitanya equally present there, but without any kind of. Here only the Chaitanya will get the I, and Mother also gets the I. Here, because the future, the universe is going to come, innumerable beings is going to come, she is called Parameshwari here, the Divine Mother, and the Chaitanya is called Parameshwara. The consciousness which is going to be there in every object, the Parameshwara and Parameshwari, the Chitshakti and Chaitanya are called. Now, in this, the universe has to, in this non-material space, the material space is going to come. The universe is going to form. Now this material universe inside, when the creation is going to come now, the universe is going to form, the Parameshwara, because the now knowledge of the creation, he is going to accommodate himself. So because of the knowledge of the creation is with Saraswati, the Parameshwara becomes the Brahma. Now because he is associated with the Shakti of Saraswati in creation, he is called Brahma. Brahma is creator. Once the creation is complete, all jivas and come to existence, maintenance is there. Then the Saraswati creative power will dissolve in him and the maintenance, Lakshmi, will come out. Then the same Parameshwara is now called with Lakshmi, he is called Vishnu. Millions of years pass and again it has to retract back, the time has come. The Lakshmi again dissolves in the Parameshwara and another Shakti comes out. Then Mahakali, the destructive, the retractive force, power, and he is called Maheshwara, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Brahma and Vishnu, Maheshwara are the same, one and the same person. Like I know some mechanics work. I am working in a factory as a mechanic. I have got skill. So when I go to the factory as a mechanic, I will wear the factory dress and I'll be called with a spanner in hand. I will be called a mechanic. My dress has changed, this one has changed, my name has changed. While coming back home, I will remove that dress and I will put the normal dress and drive and come home. While coming, I will be a driver. So my mechanic Shakti has entered inside and driving Shakti has come out. I am the same person, but now I am called driver. Now after going home, I will collect a few children every day and teach them. My driving Shakti also will dissolve from me, my own Shakti, and then the teaching Shakti comes out. Then I am called teacher. My dress will change, dhoti, coat and all that. So the name, form, everything, the Shakti, what is it associated with Chaitanya, that will take. So Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are the same. Parameshwara is different aspects in different function. They are called Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. That's all. Now this, the pralaya when it takes place, retraction, once in a kalpa, only the inner portion, that is the relative existence alone disappears. The trans-relative existence will remain. It will not go away. Now Vivekananda and all, Ramakrishna says, I was sitting in a meditation. One day I started transcending all the lokas, and finally I came to the edge of the universe. Before we could enter into the absolute, there was a luminous space separated it from the absolute. There I went and saw 7 rishis are sitting in meditation. So this is the trans-relative existence. The light of the space comes, takes a baby form and goes to one of the rishis and says, come, we have to go down now to the earth. And this rishi is sitting in deep meditation. Just he opens a little of his eyes, smiles a little and closes again. And a ray of light descends to the earth. That is Vivekananda. Now imagine where they are staying. That region will remain when the universe dissolves. This is called Naimittika Pralaya. This is one day of the Brahma. Now Brahma we saw, Ishvara, same Parameshwara, which creative, this one. He will continue just like our roads and all. After creating the road, for some years, 5 years, he has to maintain the road also, who has done, because he has taken sufficient money on that. So, like that, after the creation, for a long time, the same Brahma will remain to see that everything is, the creative aspect is complete and everything is going on. The life of the Brahma is 100 divine years, not human years. 100 divine years is equal to human 311.04 into 10 to the power of 12 human years. 311.04 into 10 to the power of 12. It is 311.04 trillion years. Trillion is 1 million. 10 to the power of 12. Imagine the dimension, what the rishis have thought and how they visualize these things. See, Jnana Bhandara, if you just enter, and minute, when they go to the minute, we have not yet, science has not yet reached to that minute, they go to the dimension of the time. Seconds, fraction of the thousands of a second, thousands of a second. Unimaginable small minuteness. Similarly, if you take Magna level, it is huge, unimaginable. So, one day of the Brahma is called one Kalpa. After the day, one Kalpa, the creation dissolves. The inner creation alone, that is the relative existence, universe alone dissolves. The transrelative existence is going to continue. This Brahma's one day over, one night is another night, one kalpa, won't be, any creation won't be there. This will continue to exist without any creation. And again the creation comes, next day morning, one day. One night is there is no creation. Pralaya happens and everything is closed. Band. And you see this. And this one day of Brahma is 1000 Chaturyugas. Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kreta Yuga. That is Satya Yuga. These four yugas, each one, Kali Yuga is 432, 4,32,000 years. 4,32,000 years is Kali Yuga. Double that is Dwapar Yuga. Triple is the Treta Yuga. 4 times is the Satya Yuga. Kali Yuga is 4 times. So it comes to 4,32,000, 8,64,000 Dwapara Yuga, 12,96,000 years Treta Yuga, and 7,28,000 years, 17,32 years, it will become the Satya Yuga. All these together is one Chatur Yuga. Such Chatur Yuga, 4 yugas together. Such 1000 Chatur Yugas is one Kalpa. And this is one day of the Brahman. 100 years, you imagine, is once in 100 years, one Kalpa. This will go on. After 100 years of Brahma, what happens is, there will be great pralaya. The transrelative existence also dissolves. The Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara also dissolve. The Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaras, they will dissolve in the Parameshwara. With Parameshwara, the transrelative existence also. This is Mahapralaya. This is called Prakritika Pralaya. This is called Naimittika Pralaya. How beautiful, you see. And imagine you are having access to this knowledge directly. That is, you are able to visualize how it would be. Now, to think of our life from the childhood to this day, how I grew up, how you are a witness. The same way of witness of yours. You are being a witness of vast space. When the Mahabharata war was over, the queens and kingly family who have lost their husbands, whole warrior field was filled with women searching for their husbands' bodies. They were wailing, wearing white dress, all white dress like brahmacharis. So they were filled with, and our Krishna with the Pandavas is returning, and they hear the sound of theirs crying. Krishna says, go and see what is that sound. Arjuna runs. He sees in the war field, thousands and lakhs of women have joined. Their weeping is such a making loud sound. Then he comes, shivering, he comes to Krishna and reports. It is like this. Krishna says, go and console. You did the war. You have killed so many people. You go and console. Then he says, I can't console. I won't be able to. You have to come. They surrender to his feet. Then Krishna himself comes. He shouts, tells so many things. Nobody listens. How can they listen? He blows his conch. Nobody's wailing is coming down. Then Krishna just makes them remember 1000 lives, 1000 lives, past lives. Immediately they would cover their gongat and start going away. Because every life, same thing story, somebody who is holding and my husband, my wife, my child, he is doing, leaving and going. One on life, one on person he is holding and telling my wife, my child. Who is whose wife? Who is whose child? It is like sleeping in one room one day with somebody and telling, these are my wives and husbands. When it comes to that picture, oh, what am I? What is this? Imagine the width, widerness of the universal existence. Suppose you understand the time concept. If it, like rishis could visualize that time span, one kalpa. See, many times I hear people telling Ramakrishna is the Yogavatara. One person that comes in the Yuga. But I have a different concept. He is a Kalpa Purusha, not Yuga Purusha. 100 Chaturyuga is 4,000 Chaturyuga is one Kalpa. Whole Pralaya, from Pralaya to Pralaya. One Ramakrishna will come. He is Kalpa Purusha, not only Yuga Purusha. We are still, for children, we have to give your life companion. That's all he can understand. Holy Mother is your mother. Here and hereafter. That's all you can tell to the child. To grown up people, hereafter, after you die. But you will be entering into a relationship with him in the transcendental realm, which is going to continue for thousands of kalpas and beyond. Great pralayas also will be passing on. But you will be with your Lord. Eternal. What is meant by eternity? Imagine what is Brahman and eternity from this. And now, presently we are in the 51st year of Brahma. And this total 100 years of Brahma means one kalpa. 1000 kalpa is one day. 1000 times this one happens, pralaya happens, one year has gone. You see, kalpa, one kalpa. 100 years has to go, Mahapralaya. Now, for one day is 1000 Chaturyuga. Chaturyuga, 4 yugas. 1000 times it goes, is one day is over. Brahmas. Unimaginable dimension. What was I telling? So, when we enter into such dimensions, huge dimensions, unimaginable dimensions, can we imagine? We are in the 50 means one day, like that, 1 year, 365 such days of 100 kalpas, 1000 kalpas. One day is 1000 kalpas. And like that, 1 year is 360 years, days. Devatas is 360 years, not 65. 60 years. And then the 50 years, such years have gone. We are in the 51st year. We call it Parardha. First half and the second half. The Dvitiya Parardha has begun. And this period is divided into 14 parts. They are called Manvantaras. One power manages in each of the Manvantara. That power which manages, that consciousness which takes care of that, is called Manu. It has a name. Each Manvantara, one Manu will be ruling over, controlling the all things. One power will be doing that. So now, like vegetation is going on, seed formation, everything must, that species must remain. Everything must go on properly in perfect order. This orderliness, everything is maintained by that power. What power maintains? We call it Manu. We are in the second, and this, it is 51st year. 14 Manvantaras, the 7th Manu is passing through now. In this Kalpa, one Kalpa has 14 Manvantaras. 14 Manvantaras in one Kalpa. One Kalpa, 51st year, means you have to reduce it to day. And day, we have to reduce 1,000 years. 1,000 Chaturyugas. How complicated, you see. And in that, he is in that 4,000, one day, 14 Manvantaras. So 7th Manvantara is going on now. Shvetavaraha, it's called Shvetavaraha Kalpa. It is his Manvantara, it's going on. How it is, you see. And Kali Yuga, one Yuga we are passing through. We are in the Kali Yuga, 28th Kali Yuga of this serial. 1,000 Kali Yugas will be there in one Kalpa. We are in the 28th Kali Yuga of the Kalpa. In that, we have spent about 5,000 years or so. In that Kali Yuga. This is the time concept of our this one. And minute level also, if you go breaking, atomic level, minute, it goes to the only words we can understand. What is it? And another thing is, time is decided always by our awareness of the environment. For us, humans, what environment we are placed. Einstein tells the understanding of time, if you are talking to a girlfriend, hours and hours look like minutes or seconds. If you are sitting on a hot pan, every moment looks like a yuga. That much of difference. The time concept. When an accident has taken place, he has no time to think. He has to rush to the hospital. Then you will know what is every moment. Minute means what you will understand. Otherwise, minute's value we will not know. Days passing also will not know. So the time concept depends. Some days will go very fast, some will not go at all. The time consumption is same. This is one part. Another thing is, from one plane of existence to another. Suppose you enter into dream concept of time is entirely different. Within a few minutes you may become old man. You will not, in the dream, the time concept is different. Similarly, in different planes, Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Ma, Jana, Tapa, the time is entirely different. It's according to there how the changes are taking place. Time is always changes. We are on the earth. So, because we are on the earth, there is day, night, 24 hours, all these things are there because we are on the earth. Suppose, imagine, you are on Mercury. around the sun, planets are going, nearest is Mercury. Now suppose you are in the Mercury, 2 hour months is equal to 1 day. For the Mercury to go around, take round on its own axis, it takes 2 months. And to go around the sun, it takes 88 days. 88 days, within 88 days it has put a circle around the sun. 1 year is over. 1 year is equal to our 88 days. And going on it, slowly it is moving around on its axis. 2 months, our 2 months is equal to 1 day. Our 88 days is equal to 1 year. Suppose you go to the Pluto, the farthest. 1 day is 88 days or something like that. And 1 year is 250 years is 1 year, their years. 1 round to put round the sun, it takes 250 years. Our 250 years. The time concept, how it differs, you see. And suppose you go into the space, about 4 or 5,000 light years away, there is eternal darkness. What you see, a night, starry night without clouds, how it will be? It will be like that eternally. At all times, there is no day. You are near the sun, one of the stars. If you go a few thousand light years away, the sun is also one of the stars. You will be in continuous. There is no day, there is no night, there is no time concept. Only time is you are aging. And how you age also we don't know there. Suppose after 200 years also you are alive, we don't know how it will be. In different places the time concept changes. Long back I had one dream. We had astronomy in our mathematics. For us, mathematics, one of the subjects, just like you have algebra, calculus and all that, along with that we had one subject, astronomy. It begins with spherical trigonometry, triangle drawn on a sphere. The laws of that spherical trigonometry, it begins with. So, I was in this dream, I am seeing a man contradicting another man. They are confronting each other. They are in fight or something. One person wants to kill the other person. I am the witness. I am just observing. He has taken a sword and he is running to kill him. And I am seeing 2 dimensions. This person who is being chased, he enters into another dimension. And his movement, same energy, same thing. His movement is such speed that he cannot even see him properly. In same speed they are going, but the moment he enters into another dimension, he is going at tremendous speed. And he has just become this person going with the same speed, he has become a small grain of mustard seed in fraction of seconds. Then he comes again and he is appearing there. And he enters into the other dimension. He disappears as if. See the time concept, how it. Just like we have folds in our clothes, the space and time differs. There is fold in the time also. There are times, time is there, very constructed. The density is increased as if rarefied some places. How it is, you see, time, kala, but everything is being swept by kala. So it's extremely difficult to understand the concept of time. But the truth is that we have to transcend all this and go beyond. It makes your mind what is Brahman. You see, if our universe is like this, passing through eternity. What could be the Brahman? What is that eternal existence? When you enter into eternal relationship with your beloved, how it will be. And we suppose I get a friend, my life partner, then I may get one drop, whole life struggling, I may get one drop of bliss, ananda, and one bucket full of suffering. That bucket is my own tears. But there, no suffering, no bondage, no misery, but it's ocean of bliss. That also we cannot imagine. What could it be? And that is what you are. Tattvamasi, you are that. And with all that, we have identified with the body and how we are living like beggars in this world, you see. This is the fun. That's why it's called Maya. Somehow struggle to transcend all limitations and go. Without running away. If you run away, from all sides what you are left and gone will present itself. All things will run with you and become intense. You have to attend, just attend the things which are inevitable without getting involved. Offer everything to the divine and yes. In Saptashati, Vaikunthi Rahasya, it is mentioned Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh originates from Moola Prakriti. Could you please help us to understand? Same thing. Moola Prakriti only it comes. See, the Vaikritika Rahasya. The thing is, the Bindu, the Chit-Shakti and Chaitanya are coming together. You see, from the absolute, I have given the picture, absolute, the Chaitanya and Chit-Shakti is separating. The Shakti, when you sleep, your all powers are dissolved in you. When you wake up, your powers are separating from you. You are there, your energies are working now. Your powers are working. These powers, we could call it Divine Mother, and your existence, which is independent, cannot be separated. Fire and its powers to burn cannot be separated. They are together. You and your power. You have so many powers of intellectual power, your physical power. All this dissolve in you, again present itself. When it is presented, I am showing it separated. And in this power, the awareness of the three gunas come. In the Chaitanya, in you, your power and you. In you, the awareness of omniscience, omnipresence and omnipotence will come. The Sattva Rajatama is in this. They, from Bindu, they, when emerging into Aparanada, the consciousness till the non-material space is over, that is, from the Bindu to the Mahatripura Sundari place. The relative existence has not begun till that place space. The beginning of Bindu, the Paranada is expanding, and in that the Sattva-Rajatama is expanding. This space is called non-material space. Last, the creation is going to come. In this mother, what is there? Love is there, motherhood is there, and consciousness is there. This motherhood and love, and the three prakriti, this mother and wood love and is going to become all that is good, great and beautiful in this world. So the last edge is called Satyam Shivam Sundaram. The mother last, Before the Satyam Shiva, the beginning of the creation, she is called Mahatripura Sundari. From Bindu to Mahatripura Sundari is called Parameshwara. Now the creation is going to begin. The Parameshwara becomes Brahma there because he is getting associated. Shakti is Saraswati. The knowledge is going to come with him. So here that knowledge, Saraswati is associated Parameshwara. Just like you are become an intellectual person now, you are designing a computer, a software you are designing. So here it is not maintenance, it is creative aspect. So it is called Brahma. And when the creative process is over, the Saraswati enters back and Lakshmi comes out, another power of yours which manages. Now you made a computer, you are given, now you have to take care of its maintenance. Then you are a mechanic, you are not a designer, you are not an engineer now. You are just, then the Brahma becomes Vishnu and the Shakti becomes Brahma Vishnu, and we create, when the distraction is taking place, dissolution is taking place, he is same Parameshwara becomes the Prakriti, the Bindu, behind Bindu it is called Mula Prakriti. Then in Bindu, same power is called the Bindu Vasini. From Bindu Vasini to the Mahatripura Sundari, she is called Parameshwari. In the Parameshwari, the Chaitanya is called Parameshwara. And when the creation begins, he is called Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. In Mahapralaya, 100 years of Brahma is over. Then the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara together merges in the Parameshwara. Parameshwara also merges. The whole creation with the translative existence dissolves. So it's very clear. Mula Prakriti is the power. She drags a Chaitanya in the Bindu and comes because it is happening not in the Brahman. It is happening within herself. She is getting transmitted into the universe. Because in Brahman that cannot be there. It is non-dual existence. Multiplicity cannot be there. She makes, just like egg grows. This is called Brahmanda. Nobody can eat this egg. Boiled egg. Brahmanda. So, that how from zero level, how it expands, you see. Same way mother expands into the Brahmanda. And she pervades as the Prakriti, nature. And governs it with absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. See the seed formation, atomic configuration, sun and moon moving. What perfection is there in universe? Look at your own face, your body, with what perfection it is working. So, how old is our universe? Older than me. I came into existence after the universe came into existence. That's what we are. It is Adi Antya Hina. We don't know when it came. It is eternally going on. The cycle is going on and on. Pralaya, again Sthiti, again dissolution, again creation, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya. Each, and once in this one, 100 years of the Brahman, Mahapralaya. Again the Mahapralaya cycle begins. Mahapralaya cycle, this is like earth. Earth is revolving on its own axis and going around the sun. It is two things are happening. Nitya Pralaya cycle is also taking place. Jilebi, like, not Jilebi, another one, what is that? Just like Jilebi, they made Jahangir. Jahangir, they'll put one circle first. On that, another circles they go on putting. Like that, the circles are going on in a circle. On a circle. Pralaya, sir. It is going continuously. We call it Anadi Ananta. Prakriti is Anadi Ananta. But in individual, it is Anadi, we don't know. Here, Anadi means we don't know when it began. Ananta means we don't know when it's going to end. But in our case, our life existence, here also pralaya happens. At individual level, pralaya is called Nitya pralaya and Atyantika pralaya. There it is called Naimittika pralaya and Prakritika pralaya. Mahapralaya is called Prakritika pralaya, Naimittika pralaya. In our case, it is Nitya pralaya. Every day we sleep and wake up. And finally, when we realize God, we go beyond the nature. So that is called Atyantika pralaya in our case. We have Atyantika pralaya, no more coming in. So the Atyantika pralaya, we don't know when it began. We are Anadi, but we are Santa. There is Ante is there for us. One day we'll go beyond. And from there we will see all these creations going on eternally. We will join again there. See how universe dissolves and gets creation. See, don't take these things lightly. Fun apart, these are all realities. One day you will understand every form worshipped by Hindus exists in the nature eternally. You can log to any form, and once you get the vision of God, God will go on asking you, you want to see me as Rama when I was Rama, how I looked like? Do you want to see me how I was when I was Krishna? How many forms you will say? Thakur says, how many forms of yours shall I see, the mother? Kotorange. How many forms I shall see? That you will have. Then you will understand, oh, all this we were thinking, it is for exercises. The people for us to concentrate this, that and all. It is not working at the psychological level at all. It's working at the existential level. Beyond body, mind and all that. How should we overcome the tendency to expect appreciation, praise and attention from others? Question is, how the tendency to expect appreciation, praise and attention from others, how to overcome this? See, this is what we have cultivated during our early life. The child's love is self-love. It is called narcissistic stage of love. When we are children, we like people appreciating me. I will dance and show, all will clap. I will avoid to do certain things which people don't like. And do certain things which gets me appreciation. Because I love myself at that stage. It becomes heterodoxical love when we grow to youth. We want a partner. Then we will get a partner in life, and then we beget children. Then children, when it comes, we get the parental love. It becomes parental love. Now, the parental love is a mature love, which has no expectations. The child was expecting appreciation. The father will not expect appreciation from child. He wants to appreciate the child. The whole table is turning. And when he becomes to a sufficient age, 50s, 60s, you will see that the love has become matured and parental love has become a little expanded to the all surroundings. It might not have become universal love like the in monks and all. You will find universal love. The renunciates, you will see universal love, and it will not have any unconditional, and anybody whichever is good or bad or this that, he doesn't see. To give love to all, universal love is very difficult. We need a high degree of growth. Our heart must expand. So when we come to the matured state of the parental love, then we will see that the love has become a small, just giving. No expectation of any kind. Yes, my child, you want this, you take and go. There is no expectations. If they have lived dharmic life, otherwise old age is a problem. This deep expectation of love from others, care from others, food. They don't give me proper food, this, that, they'll be weeping sitting in the house. So, if you live a dharmic life of sacrifice, then you will see that you are contented, and then you have to simulate that love of giving instead of taking, appreciation. And then use the other part of the viveka. After all, what is there? What for should I seek this appreciation from the people? How is it going to help me? What I need in my life is entirely different. They will appreciate tomorrow a little error in life, they will depreciate you. High percentage. In depreciation, there will be 15%, 20%, here will be 90% depreciation. So, the people who appreciate you, there was one brahmachari, he is in Germany now with me. He joined early in his life. He did not complete his education. Everybody requested him to complete. He said for God realization it is not necessary. After completing his pre-university, he joined Ravi Maharaj. He used to, anybody torturing, troubling him and all, he used to just look at them and then keep quiet and tell me, these are real friends. They are pushing me towards God. Those who appreciate, they are pulling me away from God. Then we will understand how the appreciation, Maya is coming to kill your time and energy. How to save myself from appreciation. Then till you become indifferent to appreciation, and then it will be somebody, ninda, stuti ninda will not make any difference to you. Ninda also, he will shake his head. Like I think Tukaram was made to sit on a ass, donkey, by children, and they tied one drum at the back, one empty tin box behind the donkey, and then they used to beat. The donkey will run. The Tukaram, they have made him to sit on that. Then people will come running. What is this you are doing? Tukaram says, if they get a little joy, why are you worried about it? Children are getting joy. What is there? Am I sitting on ass and going? So, like that, whole thing will change. Sthiti, Ninda and Stuti will become same. Till then, use Viveka and become matured to give instead of taking, expecting. Okay? Shall we end? Next week will be Guru Purnima. I won't be personally able to meet you all. I don't know when Corona things will come to an end. But many times I feel the personal contact, personal touch, if it goes away, something great is as if lost. And also, the hearts do not meet through computer. It is only Drishti Bhoga. In our mission centers in Ramakrishna for Thakur, the things which cannot be offered to Thakur, but devotee has brought, we know it is not worth offering. Suppose it has some contaminations or some stale food they have brought. They buy and come. If you open and see, it is full of fungus or something, or from bad hands it has come. But it will be offered to Thakur, they will take in the shrine, open and show and bring it. They will not give to eat. That is called Drishti Bhoga, not mouth Bhoga. So now I am having Drishti Bhoga only. Sometimes I feel as if the cow and calf are tied away. So sometime all things will come down and we hope we will meet again personally. All right. हे प्रार्थना जगदीश से यह स्वर्ग सम संसार हो अति उच्च जीवन बने परमार्थमय व्यवहार हो ना हम रहे अपने लिए हमको सभी से गर्ज है गुरुदेव ये आशीष दो जो सोचने का फर्ज है हमको पुजारी तत्व के गुरुदेव के आदेश के सच प्रेम के नित नेम के सद्धर्म के सत्कर्म के हो चीड़ झूठी राह की अन्याय की अभिमान की सेवा करन में दास की परवाह नहीं हो जान की छोटे न हो हम बुद्धि से हो विश्वमय से ईशमय हो राममय और कृष्णमय जगदेवमय जगदीशमय हर इंद्रियों पर ताब कर हम वीर हो अति वीर हो उज्ज्वल रहे सर से सदा निज धर्म रथ खंबीर हो अति शुद्ध हो आचार से तन मन हमारा सर्वदा अध्यात्म की शक्ति हमें पल भी नहीं कर दे जुदा इस अमर आत्मा का हमें हर श्वास भर में गत रहे गर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे गर मौत भी तो आ गई सुख दुख हमसे सम रहे सुख दुख हम